I've been involved with Devine drama and dance since 2014 when I met Tegan on stage during a stage production of Murder and Company. And I've been doing little promotional videos and filmmaking workshops and stuff since then. A couple of years ago, Tegan asked me to start teaching some classes, and then late last year she approached me and said, "Hey, how would you feel about doing an acting for film class?" I thought, okay, that'll be quite cool. What are we going to do? So I came up with a bit of a plan, and we started advertising it and got quite a good group of students together for the class. My whole goal of the class was at the end of the year to produce a short film. So I started teaching them the basics of acting for screens.
Hi, I'm Brittany Makes. I'm 15 years old. But what's in a name? A lot, especially.
Yeah, acting on stage is a lot different to acting on film. So we went from acting, how to just generally perform in front of the camera. We also did a bit of general stuff about what happens behind the camera as well. So about the end of term 2, I think it was, I said to them, come up with some ideas for a short film. And both Hayley and Geordie came up with some really good ideas, so we figured, okay, well, rather than do one, let's do 2.
So I had an idea to have like the main character die, and then you kind of like see everyone's like reactions and stuff. But then I was talking to Danielle, and she came up with the idea to add like the typical kind of like breakfast club idea with like the best friend and like the crush and everything. So then we were like brainstorming how like we would get to the climax of like the death. And then I kind of just like, yeah, that's it.
As weird as it sounds, I kind of had a dream about it, and from there I just sort of developed and expanded the story so it made more sense, because it didn't make a lot of sense at the start. And I did a bit of research on financial crashes and what it can do to affect communities, and I kind of like pushed it to its extreme. So
over that holiday period I asked them to write some scripts. So initially I think Hayley and Danielle were involved in writing Infinity, but then for one reason or another, Danielle pulled out, so we ended up with Hayley writing Infinity on her own, which we thought was going to be a web series, but ended up being a short film. We then went to the casting process where we ran auditions.
Casting was interesting. So first time I've been in charge of like casting anything. There was definitely a little bit of like, I wasn't too sure who to put where, because the people that auditioned could have done basically any role that I gave them really well. So I kind of struggled to decide who should go where, because I thought a lot of them could have done any role.
With casting Mr. Porter and Noah and stuff, there was like issues there with like multiple people that couldn't do it, and like, you know, and then but we ended up getting like the best people, I reckon.
There were 2 of the students who missed out on lead roles, so I decided, well, maybe let's make a 3rd film. So I had a discussion with them around what we could do for the 3rd film, and then I ended up writing the script based on those discussions, so it's really a true story. Unfortunately, then one of the students had withdrew from the class, and another one couldn't make it on the days we were shooting, so we ended up pulling 2 others in to fill those roles. We started filming Infinity. That was our first shoot. We shot that over a whole day, and then we had some pickups a few weeks later.
I mean, I guess, no, I did. I enjoyed writing it. But my favourite part was the day we filmed, because like I could just see everything come to life, you know, so that's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sound is rolling now.
Slack, scene 2B, shot 2 take 2. Wait, what are we? We're going to storm. What are we going to help with?
Slow down. No, we can do that. I'll probably put it on the shoulder. Oh.
Gracie, how could you do this to me?
What?
You're the only person I chose.
Oh, why is it so big?
Who's moving? Oh, it's falling on the floor. Mum, can you get me?
Is it in my hair?
Let's just do that.
No, I'm just meaning if
Elizabeth?
Is it in my hair?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So hang on, sorry.
Don't get in my hair. Give me my hair. Is he going to be sitting behind her? Oh my god. Kneel down. Grab the one for the first.
no, because we won't have that space.
Reminded.
But then also the locations, because I had ideas for locations and I had to keep changing that. And yeah, and also I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know how to write a film. What was I supposed to do? But then, yeah, I think I learned a lot, so that's good.
Okay. So you So we'll get doing the whole thing together.
Yeah, but Danielle, when you're holding it,
Action! I've been here all week, so since you believe it. Oh, honey, I don't care.
The next shoot was Mission Rookie, which we shot at Geordie's place. Again, we spent a whole day on that, and then we came back a week later to a different location, or 2 different locations, and filmed that over about 4 hours. So that one was probably 10 or 11 hours of solid working on that one.
My favourite part of filming? That's a good question. I love doing the inside scenes because it was kind of amusing to me to see how I'd have to put the camera and all the equipment and work around the restrictions of being inside a house, because when we were filming outside we could just kind of put it wherever was necessary and it would work. But being inside in a closed environment with a large cast and trying to get it to work was really amusing.
But there's more people in this.
How do you feel?
Excited. Yeah, because I have the necklace. I decided to use the necklace instead of a brooch because all the brooches I had kept falling off when we were doing like a lot of movement.
Okay.
So I've got a little chain with a little pendant in it.
Okay, and then we can get into doing the dialogue. Be careful.
Yeah.
Please, sunscreen, hats when you're not on set, or stay here in the shade, okay? Or stay out here in the shade when we're not shooting, because I don't want.
Right foot, right foot. Don't move your face straight.
Yeah. So it's just like close face
Yeah.
contact.
You going alright, Geordie?
Yeah. I'm very
You happy with it so far?
Definitely. This is kind of crazy to see my stuff.
I can deal with all the responsibility of bringing everyone home safely.
Don't worry, I felt the same way. It's I remembered. We are a team. You're not the only one keeping everyone safe. You're also there.
You're helping.
I'm learning lots of things.
Like what?
Different types of shots, how to cool things, how to turn the camera on, setting up new lenses, just to name a few things. What to use different lenses for. It's very interesting.
Good.
Hey George, what are we going to do now?
We're going to do the closing shot for the film and the shot of them leaving camp. So we're doing them at the same time.
And what kind of shots are they?
They're like, I want them to be like really aesthetic of like the team like walking like with epic superhero movie sort of style.
So like
She's really happy.
Oh, shouldn't I have a poster and all
It's going to be in the back of his. Is it? They're written there by the poster, and it's going to be in the back of his pack. We've got it.
Has he got his backpack on?
Mhm.
Okay. Yep, they're splitting, they're splitting, they're splitting. Split, split! Oh, hang on. We've got to do it again. Okay.
I still have a funny shaped tan line on my back because we cut up my shirt and I forgot to put sunscreen on one part of my back and now I got like a really squiggly tan line. That was fun. I had to be watching for heat stroke from the cast though, making sure everyone's drinking water and keeping cool and staying in the shade as much as possible because it was a very hot day. Like, just exhausted after it, but it was worth it, definitely.
Sunburn. Really sunburn.
Oh, Geordie. Jordana Bridget, I like that. Oh, we got that on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Anything you want to say?
I'm tired, and everyone did so well. It was a very long day.
Then we did the leftovers during class time, over 2 classes. There were 2 45-minute classes, so that was about an hour and a half.
Look, let's just forget about it. There is no way I'm doing a film. With a giant poster.
Do we all know?
No, I want you to walk out now.
Not this chair.
One of you needs to stand. Whoever's standing needs to be the one who says.
Okay, I'll sit.
You can fly. Hey, you could fly like a superhero and you could run whole parts like the Flash and
Hi guys, it's Hayley. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Kiss kiss.
Today we're on the shoot of what's this place? No, what's it called? We're on shoot of The Leftovers. The Leftovers. Okay, Brittany, don't join it. Ew.
Looking back, we should have spent a lot more time on them. Mission Rookie should have been a 2-day shoot, or the main scenes that we shot out at Geordie's place should have been over 2 days. Same with Infinity, we should have taken 2 days over that. But we were time poor, so we ended up having to cram it down into that short space of time. Once we actually finished principal photography, I think I spent probably 2 weeks on each film, on Infinity and Mission Rookie, on editing and post-production. Overall, I think I'm really happy with the way they came out. I thought it was a great result. I know the kids worked really, really hard on them, and I'm really, really proud of them.
Yeah, I didn't really know anything. And like, because I didn't know how to write a script or like how to do anything. But then on the day we shot, Elizabeth said some stuff that I like took note in, and then you like helped me, and I think I learned like, because I know next time if I were to write one, I now know more stuff that like, yeah.
Okay. Do you think?
But I think it ended up good. Like, at the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, what is this? And then I was like, okay, it's actually kind of okay. So
I had heaps of fun with like telling my story that I had in my head, and I've got so many ideas for it, and I wish I could do it longer. So yeah, I don't know, because this time around I had a lot of fun with the responsibility and with telling my story, but I think I would have fun behind the camera if I didn't also have to have the responsibility of doing my story. So
Will there be a sequel?
I hope so. I have so many ideas. I hope so.
Car.
Woo!